How to avoid getting stopped out. So we're gonna look at some of the reasons why people always get stopped out. So firstly, the first reason is that there is what we call stop loss hand. This occurs when large players in the market manipulate price in order to trigger stop loss hand and create liquidity to buy or sell at more favorable price. For example, imagine you buy a stock at $50 and you set your stop loss at 48. However, a big player in the market decides to drive the price down to $47.5 to trigger all the stop loss below 48. You end up being stopped out of your position at $48, which was the intended risk level. But you may feel frustrated because the stock quickly rebounds back to $50, even higher, indicating that stop loss hand was temporal market manipulation. In derivative synthetic indices, a broker called derivative, this is very common where we have booming crash and volatility. The broker normally, these brokers, they normally do this price manipulation where they find a position where most traders would have, or retail traders would have placed their stop loss, and the price can quickly move down or go up just to trigger those stop loss. Then it reverses and move in the intended direction. So this is very common practice. Then the second reason is when you set a tight stop loss. What is a tight stop loss? A stop loss when a trader sets a stop loss too close to the current price in an attempt to minimize their potential loss, but risk being stopped out too soon if the market experiences any short-term volatility or noises. Okay, some people might think that it's smarter to set a very tight stop loss, but in many cases, yeah, your stop loss will be vulnerable and you end up being stopped out. For example, you can imagine you buy a stock at $50 and you set a stop loss at $48, just $1 below the entry point. If the stock experiences small price fluctuations, it will hit your stop loss and you be stopped out of the trade, potentially missing out on long-term gains. In this case, a wider stop loss or a more patient approach may have been more appropriate. Okay, so how do we avoid being stopped out? What are the strategies? What can we do for us to avoid this? We're going to be making use of the ATR, the average true range. So the ATR, or the average true range, is a technical indicator that is used to measure market volatility. The ATR indicator was created by J. Wells Wilder Jr. and is commonly used by traders to determine the levels of volatility in the market. Traders may also use the ATR to set stop loss levels and stop loss. This is where we are. This is what we want to do. As well as to adjust position based on the level of volatility in the market. So the ATR is a indicator that can be used to show the volatility in the market. Is a very useful indicator that we can make use of. So in this video, I'm gonna be showing you guys how we can set our stop loss using the ATR method. So how do we set our stop loss using the ATR method? So let's go to the charts and I will review to you guys how we're gonna do that. Okay, so I'm gonna use the volatility index as an example, and I'm gonna show you how I was able to come up with this stop loss. So I've recently created an indicator which I call the RSI EMA. So this indicator will change color when there is a downtrend and will change when there's an uptrend it will turn blue, when there's a downtrend it will turn red. So I'm going to use this indicator. For example, at this position, at this price, we are having a signal where we are supposed to be selling here. So at the close of this candle, we are supposed to be selling. And how are we going to set our stop loss? Using our ATR and also the take profit. So let's start with the stop loss. So first of all, this is the price. This is where we are. So our price is 58 0741.66. So we come down and check the corresponding what ATR value. So at this particular point, our ATR value was 15343.55. So what are we going to be doing? We are just going to be simply saying multiplying the ATR value by 2. So if you multiply the ATR value by 2, so let's use the calculator to do our calculations. So we're going to use this example. So we are simply going to say 2 times the value of the ATR value. So our ATR value, so we say 2 multiplied by the value of the ATR. So in our case, our ATR value was 1515343.55. So we multiplied it by 2 and we're going to get our answer, which is 30,687.1. So that's the value that we got, and we're going to simply take this value and add it to our price, the price where the price where we are, where we want to enter. So we give this as an example. So we want to enter this price. So we are simply going to add this price 580,741.66. So we add this to the price, and what are we going to get? We are going to get 611,428.76. So this is our answer. So you are simply going to do this with your answer. So I already did the calculations for you, so we now have this answer. So this is going to be our stop loss. So we are going to place the stop loss here. So what you're going to do is this. You're going to come here and you're going to take your horizontal line. Let me just remove this so that you see. You're going to take your horizontal line, place it here. Then you're going to go on the properties. Then on the properties, you're going to go on the parameters. So we are going to put our value of the ATR, the value of our stop loss here. So we have 428.76. So this is our stop loss. So when we click OK, it will come here. So we now have our stop loss. This becomes our stop loss. So let me quickly do a recap of what I've just said. So first of all, you need to identify the price. This is the price. When you have your price, you come down to your indicator window where we have the ATR value. So I'm just going to be using the default values. Then you check the value at that particular price. What is the value? You multiply it by 2. So in our case, it was 15343.55. Then we multiply it by 2, we get 30,687.1. Then you take your answer, this answer that we got here. We are simply going to add this answer. We're simply going to add the answer to the what? To the current price. So that's what we did here. We took the answer that we got and we added to the what? To the current price. Okay, so our answer, we are going to add it on there. This was our answer. We add it on the what? Current price. This is the current price which we got from this value. So when you add it, this gives you a stop loss. This is now the value of my stop loss. I'm gonna simply drag this horizontal line, then I go on properties, then I go on what? Parameters, then I set my stop loss. So you can see this stop loss is not vulnerable. Even if they can be stop loss hand, or where the broker is manipulating the price, or the stop loss is not that tight. So this is what you can do. If you okay, so let's look for an example where we'll be buying and how are we going to be setting our stop loss. So like what we said, we are going to use the ATR value. So it's 2 times the ATR value. So in this case, our value is, let me use the calculator. Our value is 18294.12. So 2 times that value times 2, we get this value. So this is the value that we have. So we are going to simply now in buying, When we're selling, we added, but when we are now buying and we want to set our stop loss, we are going to be simply what? Subtracting. So we need to subtract this value from the current price. So we are looking at a situation where the price was able to break our RSI EMA and it came down. When it was able to close above the EMA, now when there was a retest, we are going to take a buy. So we want to take our buy here. So this is the value of the price. So I'm simply going to subtract it. Minus 673756 again. So what is our answer? Don't worry about the negative value, it doesn't matter. So what we're going to be having is this is now the value of the stop loss. So you're going to take your horizontal line, you go on properties, then you're going to go on parameters, then we need this one so that we get our value. So from my calculator we have this value. So this is the value of the RSI. We are simply going to go on the horizontal line. So if you go on our horizontal line, we are simply going to put on the parameters this value. So we had 637,168.32. So this is the value. Let's check our stop loss. So that means we are going to be placing our stop loss at this value. Let me just put it on it, let it have dotted line. So our stop loss is going to be here. So this is where we're going to be placing our stop loss when we are now buying. This is where we are going to be placing our stop loss. So this is where our stop loss is. If you have find the content that I shared with you guys informative and you've managed to learn something new from this video, please kindly subscribe to my channel, like and share this video so that this content can be advertised and pushed to many traders who will also benefit from this value. Subscribing to my channel is free. Please subscribe and like this video. Thank you so much for your time. Bye bye.